Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another live stream on Woo English. As always and as usual, this is your host, and my name is Hamza, of course, and this is your favorite English learning channel. This is Woo English, the channel that helps you learn English the natural way. And we meet again in another live stream. This is Tuesday. We meet around the beginning of the year. I have the two opponents meeting in the chat. Amin and Dasanol are already here. So hello, guys. You guys are very, very unusually early today. What happened? How are you? I'm doing great. Dasanol, what about your last week? I remember last time you told me you had some issue with someone's father or something. So I hope things are solved right now. I mean, how are you doing? And how was your first week in school? How is it going so far? How are your classmates? How are your teachers? Maybe your new school. So how are you guys doing? What about the rest of people watching us? Welcome also. Uh, let us see you. Let us see you in the chat. Would love to see who is joining us today. Um, as you can see, of course, in the title, we are talking today about tenses. We're going to keep it simple with tenses. I know a lot of you have already attended some of our tenses live streams, but from time to time, I would love to work on tenses because I believe they are aspects of grammar. It's the one lesson or one aspect of grammar that people find most difficulty with or find most problems with. So this is why I decided to again like maybe cut or maybe like do a little pause on the speak with me the chain of videos or live streams and talk a little bit about tenses. Maybe in future live streams we're going to do some other lessons. So how is everything? How is your week starting so far? My week is very tiring. I felt very sick yesterday. Today I'm feeling a little bit better. So I'm not sure how things are with you guys. How is everything? How is maybe school for students? How is work? My first time I attend your live. Hi Zaid, how are you? Welcome. If this is your first time, we absolutely hope it won't be your last. And I'm pretty sure you will enjoy this live stream. You will learn a lot through the live stream. As I said, we will keep it basic. We will keep it simple today, and it will be about tenses, right? It will be about tenses. We're gonna cover the different tenses that we have in English. I know a lot of people who want to learn English find a lot of problems, a lot of confusion with tenses. So we decided to do a little, like a little live stream about that, and we are going to go through each time alone. So we're gonna go through the. Oh no way, man! Are you talking seriously? Hello, the lady from I think Russia. How are you? Can you write for us your name in English so that I can call you by your name? Ahsanul, I think there is one message missing. There is one message missing, I think, because the first message here is, and I fled the place. I'm at my grandmother's house. Well, I think I hope things will go well, man, for you. That's pretty messed up. So I hope things will go nicely with you. All right, so let us see what do we have today. And as I said, Oksana from Ukraine. Sorry, I'm sorry. So Oksana from Ukraine. Welcome, Oksana. I think this is your first time attending the live stream, so welcome, of course. And for people who don't know about anything about this channel, so Woo English is the channel that helps you learn English the natural way, which is through exposing yourself to the language. So we offer you material every single day that will help you properly get exposed to English. We believe this is the way you learned your first language from your parent. Your parent did not sit with you and teach you your mother tongue on paper, but they taught you your first language, or you learned your first language simply by being exposed to it at home. So we believe that's the best way to learn English. So what do? We give you every single day a long video that you can listen to while you are driving, while you are cooking, while you are exercising, while you are on your morning walk. And imagine exposing yourself to 1 hour of English every single day. After a month, we guarantee that your English will be quite native like. And in addition to our daily videos, we also have these live streams. They are bi-weekly. Bi-weekly meaning they happen 2 times every single week. So through these live streams, you get a chance to speak with me, to have a live teacher that will help you with your problems, and I can interact with you live. Unlike the other videos that you will see, they are just videos. Of course, we do answer comments, but you need someone who will be right in front of you, who will work with you. So mostly we do communication, we do speaking in the other live streams, but today I decided to work a little bit on tenses, which I know trouble a lot of people. How much costs? It's for free. You are watching this live stream for free. So our sessions, our videos, our live streams, everything is for free. Take the glasses off or it's recorded. I'm not going to do that. But I'm reading your comment though. Does that prove that it's not recorded? Take the glasses off or it's recorded. Okay, sure. Here you go. Fair. Okay, yeah, it's very fair. If I'm addressing your comment live, that means I am live. Ryan, how are you doing? I'm watching while doing physics and math exercises. I mean, you already have exercises. Oh wow, this is supposed. Thank you so much, Ryan. I totally appreciate that. Where are you joining us from? Where are you watching us from? So I mean, we just started like yesterday. Why are they giving you exactly? We just started yesterday with the lessons. So why are they giving you a homework already? USA, wonderful. Very interesting. All right. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're going to go through the present tenses. Let me remove myself from the screen. The present tenses, right? So the present tenses, of course, the present has a lot of tenses, and we are going to go through them one by one. Yes, physics homework and math series with 6 Olympic exercises. That's quite the start. That's quite the beginning. The first exercise for today will be this, and I'm gonna hide myself a little bit. So, so these are statements about tenses of the present, and what I wanted to do is to tell me, are they true or are they false? For example, the present simple is used to talk about habits or routines. Is this true or is this false? So the first thing you need to always do when you want to master, this is something I always say. If you want to master tenses, the first thing you need to master is when and why do we use tenses? Why do I use the present simple? If I have a sentence and I have a verb between parentheses, why am I going to use the past simple, or why am I going to do? First one is the why or the when, right? And the second one, of course, is how, meaning how do we conjugate any verb in that tense? And finally, what are the time expressions that are used with that tense, right? So 3 questions. Why do we use that tense? How do we use that tense? And what are the expressions, the time expressions that are used with that tense? So I have so far Amin and Afsanul, both of you guys say that the first statement is true and you are correct. So the present simple is used to talk about a habit, something that I always do, something that I do every evening, something that I do every weekend, something that I do every 2 weeks, every Monday, every Friday. Any habit right? We use the present simple. For example, every Tuesday I visit my grandmother. This is a habit. Um, every year beach. So this is again a habit, though it happens every year. Number two, the present continuous is used for past finished actions. What about number two, which Arsenal already says that? So what do you think? What do you say? False. Amin as well agrees. What about the rest of people? What do you? Statement number two: the present continuous is used for an action in the past that is finished. It is indeed false. All right, it is indeed false. Number three: the present perfect connects the past and the present. What about number three? So again, what we are going to do today, we are going to go time by time. So we are going to go to the present, understand all the tenses of the present, or at least the main ones. Go to the past, understand the main ones. Go to the future, understand the main ones, and then we are going to do a whole exercise. So number three, Arsenal, I mean, both of you guys say the present perfect indeed connects the past and the present. And let me give you an example of how the present perfect connects the present and the past. For example, if I say, I have been learning English for 7 years. So I have been learning English for 7 years. What? Or let me change the verb. I have been teaching English for 5 years. I have been teaching English for 5 years. What does that mean? It means that I started teaching in the past and I'm still teaching in the present. So it connects the past with the present. So the present perfect is used to connect the past with the present. It's an action that started in the past and haven't or hasn't yet finished, right? Hasn't yet finished. All right. The present continuous often uses now or at the moment as time expressions. What do you think? The present continuous, true. I mean, true as well, I think. So the present continuous is often used with time expressions like now or at the moment. Yes, indeed, it is a true statement. And finally, the present perfect always needs yesterday. The time expression that we always or almost always use with the present perfect is yesterday. Do you agree with the statement or no? False. Number five, false. Yes, absolutely. So yesterday often or always symbolizes an action that happened already and finished. So it's not the present perfect. I'm gonna, Michael. Yes, absolutely. The last one is indeed false. So I'm gonna allow you to take a screenshot if you would love to. Of course, if you'd love to, I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds, and then I'm gonna move to the first tense, which is the present simple. I know a lot of you already master these tenses. I have two examples, Athanol and Amin. I'm pretty sure you guys already master all the tenses in English. But it never hurts to review them, right? It never hurts. And we can always learn a new detail, maybe a detail that you did not know, did not pay attention to before. You can know it now or get to learn it now. So now for the present simple. And the first slide shows us the way of using the present simple. Of course, the present simple, if we take as an example the verb play, you are lucky that I'm driving and doing this class. Oh, that's unrecommended. Unrecommended. We don't want you to stop replying out of the blue. Or maybe a reply from the afterlife. Don't do that. So, of course, every tense has three aspects: the affirmative, the negative, the question form. For the present simple, the verb does not change with all the. For the negative, of course, we add do not or does not. Does not being used with he, she, it. And for the question, do, so we say, do I play, do I eat, do I watch, do I see, etc. Okay, so I think this is pretty easy. For those of you, of course, who would love to take a little screenshot and keep it on your phone, you are more than welcome to do that. While I sip my tea, these are, yes, and this is a very important thing, which is the time expressions that we often use with the time expression. So with every tense. So for the present simple, we use expressions that express habits. So like every day, often, usually, always, sometimes. This is it's in the right form, and this is of course the present simple. You can judge by the time expressions, of course. Okay. She sent. She go. She goes. We should say in the first one. They watch, of course. So only with he, she, it should we add the s. Of course, for the negative we add doesn't. For the question we add does. He not like pizza. Of course, we can say he doesn't like pizza. Are we looking at different slides? Because I see the question, the answers that I'm given. Did you play? What are you talking about, guys? No, we're talking about the present simple. I'm gonna give you a okay, yes. Please pay attention to the time expressions on Sundays, meaning every Sunday. So that's the time. Same for you, Ahsan, because I saw you said watched. So for number two, it's not the evening. It's not this evening. It's the evenings. So it means every evening I watch TV. All right, that's what it means. Do you play football? And finally, I of course study. No change. Yes. Okay. The present simple. So the present simple, I think for the application, it's very simple. You keep the verb the same, except for he, she, it, where you add a little s. Negative, you add before the verb, don't or does not. For the question, before the pronoun, you add do or does. It's very simple, the present simple. It's in the name actually. It's simple. It's a present simple. The present continuous. Whenever you hear the present, whenever you hear the continuous, you should know that you need to have two things: the verb to be and ing. The verb to be and ing. So for the present continuous, that means we will have the verb to be, and then in the end of the verb, we should add ing. So let me show you the rule. So affirmative, I am reading. You notice that we added the verb to be in the present continuous, and we added ing, right? So I am reading, you, we, they are reading, he, she, it is reading. Negative, I'm not reading, you are not reading, etc. And finally, for the question, the verb to be is added before the pronoun. This you can take a screenshot. It's yours. Am I reading? Are we reading? Are they reading? Is she reading? So it's very simple. So for the affirmative, I am plus verb ing. You are plus verb ing. He is, she is, it is plus verb ing. For the expressions, because the present simple is often used with actions that are happening at the moment of speaking. So we often use with them expressions like now, at the moment, today, this week. Okay, the second exercise. So this is for the present. I thought the viewership would be high today, but unfortunately it's quite low. Maybe I yapped too much in the beginning. So I write in the present continuous, because how do we know we should use the present continuous? Well, if you look at the time expression, you will notice that we have now. So we know that you should use the present continuous, right? So the first one should be I am writing. As we said, the present continuous is the verb to be in the present plus verb plus ing. She not watch. She is not watching. Very good, Asano. Of course, the time expression that shows us that we should use the present continuous is at the moment, meaning now. This is the question. So for the question, we said that we should start the sentence with the verb to be. Are they studying? Absolutely. What about the last one? He sleep at the moment. I think Amin was swallowed by physics and math. Amin is struggling with physics and math. Hassan is simply hiding, so he has all the time. We are having. Okay, and what about the last one? He is sleeping. Wonderful. I mean, so Amin took a little break. He freed himself from physics and math. He freed himself from numbers to answer the last one. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now for the present continuous. So the present continuous, of course, or the present perfect. I might appear sometimes in the live. I totally agree with you. You explained your case, you explained your situation in the beginning, so we understand. We give you full permission to disappear and to give more attention to physics and math. They are more important in life. So what about your teachers, I mean, this year? I think this is your first year or your second year, I mean, in high school. Which year is this? First year in high school or second year in high school? So before we move to the present perfect, let me harass you a little bit. You have a little announcement here. Can you please share this video with someone who might like it? Or if you are new, if you're seeing this face or you are seeing this logo for the first time, be sure your English will not be the same. It will improve if you click the subscribe button. And of course, if you are watching today, make sure to hit the like button. I think it's the thumbs up. You will find it here, or maybe it will work if you just double click on my nose. I think it's gonna work. All right. Okay. I mean, it's too good, so he doesn't have. Yes, yes, totally. Second. Okay, it's first back. Okay. And how is your class? How are your teachers this year? Maybe I think you will find it easier this year than Common Core. And Ethanol also is an engineering student, and also he is doing an English course. So I believe you guys are doing a great job. And don't let us not forget that Ethanol It's I think 2 o'clock in the morning, isn't it, Asanol? In your where you are, it's after midnight, right? But you are always here, which I really appreciate. Okay, so for the present continuous or the present perfect, sorry, the present, I'm too sick today. I had fever yesterday. I was like really sick, so don't mind me if you hear a little mistake here and there. Exactly, I knew it will be past perfect. Also, English, physics, and French are the least, but no bad. Okay, nice, nice. But it's always also look. I mean, even if your teachers are whether they are perfect or whether they are good or whether they are not good, I believe as a brilliant student, you will never have any problem. Probably, I believe you are past your level by now. So these are the rules for the present perfect. So it have plus verb in the past participle. The past participle means the third form of the verb. Every verb in English has three forms: the present, the past simple, and the past participle. Let's take a verb like play. So it has play, played, played. So for verbs like play, it happens that the past simple and the past participle are the same. Play, played, played. Watch, watched, watched. Finish, finished, finished. But for other verbs, things are different. So for example, the verb buy, it has buy, but the past simple and the past participle are bought, bought. Let's take look or let's take take, took, taken. So for different verbs, they have three forms with the perfect aspect. So these are the rules. You can take a little time to read them. And for the time expressions, of course, we have expressions like already, yet, just, never, ever, recently, and so forth. We said before that the present perfect is often used to link, right, the past to the present. As I said, the example that I gave earlier, I have been teaching English or I have taught English for 5 years. That means that I started teaching in the past and I'm still teaching. I started in the past, the action in the past and it's still going on. It's linking the past to the present. So all the expressions that you will see on the board or on the slide, sorry, I'm not in the classroom, so there is no board. So the expressions that you will see on the screen all link the past to the present. Okay, like already, like yet, like just, like never, ever, recently, and so forth. Okay, so let's see the exercise. Finish, and notice please that the time expression is already. The time expression is already. So it's time expression for the present perfect. So all the words here should be present perfect. Present perfect, it's either have or has plus also call the past participle. So first one, like Ahsanul said, she has finished. Has is used with he, she, it. Have is used with the rest of the express or the pronouns. I haven't seen, very good. So it's have plus not. The do not say it. I'm gonna pause here. This guy is trolling. This guy is trolling. Just to let you guys know. I don't believe you're serious. Okay. So I haven't seen. Have you ever visited Paris? We. I called you out. And that was a fun comment now that I'm looking at it. Do not say it. Okay. No, 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 no. It's not the present continuous arsenal. It's the present perfect. So we have just eaten, and the last one is present perfect again. He never be. So Amin says he has never been. Let's see. Indeed, he has never been to London. Okay, last exercise that we have in this section, it's an exercise where we will try to combine everything. So I'm gonna give you sentences with choices, and you need to choose which form is correct. And to know the correct form, you need to pay attention to the time expression. So let's go and say. So I study, I am studying, I have studied English every day. So based on the time expressions here, you should know which one is correct. You can simply write for me 1, 2, or 3. Study, of course. Because here we're talking about a habit, and the time expression that shows that is every day, Ahsanul. Your mind is not here. You're absent-minded today, I believe. You're absent-minded. Number 2, the time expression is now. So we should use the present continuous. Good. Next one. To the park this morning. And remember, they are going. The are going is acceptable. But the more acceptable one is they have gone. Why? Because it's the expression that combines the past simple or the past with the present, right? So I mean, for number 3, they have gone to the park this morning. Imagine I'm talking right now in the evening, and I said that I have visited the park in the morning. So the visit happened in the past, and I'm talking in the present, and I want to link the two of them, right? Or I can also look at it in another way. It talks about an experience. This is something that I have done, right? So it's something that happened in the past, but I want to link it to the present. Last one. We have eaten, eat or are eating lunch already. So already again is a time expression. We already said which tense it relates to. Okay, it's have eaten. Yes, it's have eaten. And also for number 3, I'm gonna go back to number 3. Uh, number 3 also. So number 3, you can also take it in a different approach. You can eliminate the incorrect answers. So or number 4, right? Number 4. Yes, number 4. So let me minimize myself a little bit. So we're talking about number 4. So number 4. Oh, it's number 3. Sorry. It's number 3. So for number 3, we can take it from a different perspective. We can eliminate the the wrong answers. So the time expressions is this morning. Does this morning express a habit? No. For habits, most of the time we use every morning, every day, every week, etc. So this morning is not a habit. So we cannot use the present simple. To this moment of speaking to now, no, this morning is different from now. So it's not the present continuous. So what are we left with? We are left with the present perfect. So this is what I want you to do. So you can take it from two perspectives. Either maybe I'm talking in the evening and I'm talking about the morning and I want to relate the morning and the evening. So this is relating the past and the present. And the tense that does this is the present perfect. The other approach is to say to a habit, no. Is this morning related to a something that is happening at this moment? No. So it is indeed about the present perfect. Okay. So now the second tense, which is or the second time, which is the past tenses, right? The past tenses. So for the past tenses, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to look at statements about the past tenses. You tell me if they are correct or not correct. And then we are going to go tense by tense, the past simple, the past continuous, and the past perfect to see how we use them and what type expressions do we use them with. So statement number one, we use the past simple for finished actions at specific time. Is this correct or incorrect? Past continuous is for long actions happening at specific moment in the past. The past perfect shows an action that happened before another action in the past. Time expressions like yesterday, last week, in 2000 are used with the past continuous. And finally, words like already, just yet can be used with the past perfect. And means says number one is true, and you are absolutely correct. So the past simple is used for actions that started and finished. This is important. The action is not going on anymore. It's finished. It's not finished. We should use the present perfect. If it is finished in the past, if it started in the past, finished in the past, that's the past simple. And another condition for the past simple is the time is known, it's specific. Like what? Like yesterday, 2 weeks ago, last Wednesday, etc. The time is known. Number two, the past continuous is used for long actions happening at specific moments in the past. Number two is also true. So number two, of course, no, it's true actually. Whenever you hear continuous, we are talking about a long action. I'm going to give you an example. So the past continuous, it's a long action happening at a specific time in the past. Let's see an example. Yesterday at 8 a.m., I was going to school. Yesterday, so it's the past, at 8 a.m., the time is specific. What was I doing? I was going to school. Or yesterday in the evening, I was watching a movie. So here we're talking about long action, watching a movie or going to school, and this action is happening at a specific time in the past. So that's how you use the past continuous. Number three is also correct actually. What about number four? Time expressions like yesterday, last week, in 2000 are used with the past continuous. All right, this is wrong, of course. And finally, words like already, of course, these are expressions that are used with the perfect aspect. So let's look at the first tense, which is the past simple. The past simple, of course, these are the rules. It depends, of course, if the verb is regular or irregular, but these are the rules basically. So the verb completely changes in the affirmative. We add didn't before the verb in the negative, and we add did before the pronoun in the question. So can you or wait for the expressions? Of course, we have yesterday, last week, 2 days ago, in 2010 when I was a child. And notice, please, that the time is very specific. In 2012, yesterday, 2 weeks ago, the time is specific and it symbolizes or it tells us that the action is finished. All right, can you help me put these verbs? And maybe we will stop at the past simple and I want to move to something else because I don't want to bore you with tenses because tenses can be quite boring. And of course, I don't want to bombard you with all the tenses at once. Next session. So this is the past simple, of course. And how do we know it's the past simple? Of course, you can look at the time expressions like yesterday, like last Monday, like last night, 2 days ago. But just pay attention to the form. Is it affirmative? Is it negative? Is it question? What kind of sentence are we in front of? Visited, but only one T, I mean, only one T. Of course. So for the negative, we add didn't before the verb and we keep the verb in its base form, like Amin said in the chat. So go in the past. Normally, the verb go in the past is went. I go every day. I went yesterday. But if it's the negative, I didn't go. So the verb stays in the infinitive. Did you watch? Of course. They played. Easy peasy. And finally, he finished his homework. So that's the last one. All right. So as I said, I'm going to stop here in the past simple. I'm going to keep the past continuous, the past perfect, the future simple, the future continuous, the future perfect to the next session because I don't want to give you a ton of tenses in the same session. However, I want to do some activities with you. We started one last time. So don't forget, please, this is my harassing you moment. Of course, don't forget to share this video with someone who might like it, to subscribe if this is your first time seeing this channel. Don't forget to do all that, and let's go back. So I want to do with you an activity about we did this, by the way, last session, but I want to do it with you again because some of you were not present last session. Let me see. Okay, yes. Why are you laughing at me? I mean, okay. So activity 5 will be about idiomatic expressions. So let's see the first one. So I'm gonna show you pictures. You tell me what is the idiomatic expressions. We saw this last time, so I'm gonna be very upset if you don't know it. What is the idiomatic expression harassing indeed? I mean, it's also bullying if you want to consider it that. I bully people to like the video. But yeah, I'm just joking, of course. So, what is the idiomatic expression that is represented by the picture? I mean, since I wasn't present, I would say let the cat out of the bag. Ahsanul, of course, was there, so he said, let the cat out of the bag. Amin says the same. I heard it somewhere. Maybe you heard it here. I mean, I'm sure, because this is not the first time I do this one. Exactly. Yes, absolutely. So the image represents the idiomatic expressions or the idiom to let the cat out of the bag, which means to reveal a secret, right? Okay, so let me give you an example of how to use it. Okay, so for example, this is one sentence that will show you how to use this expression. They were planning a surprise party for Jenna, but Max let the cat out of the bag, meaning they were maybe some people were trying to surprise a girl called Jenna with a surprise party, and Max revealed the secret. All right, so he told Jenna maybe, or he mistakenly said that in front of her. So this is what we say in English: to let the cat out of the bag. What about the second one? So this is a man who is eating too much. What is the idiom? Someone eating too much. What is the idiomatic expression? Eat as much as you can. I like that. Okay. So I was just writing the an example. So the expression simply is to bite more than you could chew. Don't be surprised if you are fat. Okay. The expression is to bite more than you could chew. What does that mean? Is when you eat more than you could you could chew, right? Than you could like eat. So is when you put in your mouth more food than you could chew, right? That's what's represented in the picture. So this expression means when you take so many responsibilities and you cannot manage them, right? So I'm going to give you an example. So for example, the boss took so many tasks, he bit more than he could chew. For example, someone took so many jobs, he is doing too many tasks, he has so many responsibilities, and it's more than he could chew, right? So when you take or when you bite more than you could chew, you take more than you can manage, all right? So for example, when you start too many projects, when you make too many promises, that's also biting more than you could chew. Hello, Grace. How are you? So that's biting more than you could chew. That's the example on top of the screen. So to bite more than you could chew is simply when you take more tasks than you can manage, than you can deal with. All right. So this is one interpretation. Let's look at the second one. Okay, so the second one, of course, if you don't know the idiom, you can simply describe to me or give me some vocabulary of what you see on the. I tried YouTube Shorts. Can you share with us the link, please, Grace? I would love to see what you did. So, this is an idiomatic expression. Can you guess it? Or can you at least give me some vocabulary, some words of what you see? You see so many things. Can you tell me what do you see? And then we can try to interpret it. Nice. I mean, you are very close. Cup of storm. Do you know it in Arabic? It. We also have this idiom in Arabic. A tea spilled up the no. Okay, so this means a storm in a teacup. A storm in a teacup. So a storm, of course, is like when there is a lot of rain, a lot of wind, maybe a hurricane. But where does it happen? It only happens inside of a cup. So a storm in a cup in a teacup is simply when we make a big deal of a situation, but it's a small situation, right? So when you are making a big deal of something, you are shouting, but the problem is very small. I can tell you, hey, it's simply a storm in a teacup. It's no big deal, all right? So a storm in a teacup, because if we really have a storm in a teacup, who is it going to hurt? No one, because it's simply a small storm, a mini storm happening inside a a cup, a teacup. What about the last one? Of course, you can again just try to mind in the clouds. You are very, very close. I mean, you have no idea how close you are. If you simply change the words, you will have the right idiom. If you simply change the words, mind in the clouds, one word actually. It's simply I mean to have your. What does it mean? What do you understand from it? Cloud nine. No, not really, not that one. That's also another expression in English, but it's not that one here in this case. Mind on the clouds. No, it's the head in the clouds. So if you have your head in the clouds, that means you are daydreaming, right? You are not paying attention to what's going on around you. I can say, for example, when I was a little child, I have always had my head in the clouds, meaning I was always dreaming or daydreaming. Have you ever seen a little kid like just looking like this, and you can see that they are daydreaming with their eyes open? That's what you mean with like when people or usually students don't pay attention in class, like he is focusing on his exactly. And that happens a lot in my class. Like sometimes I see some students just like looking like at some spot on the ceiling and are not paying attention or daydreaming. And you know that daydreaming, but couldn't find the exact word. It's totally fine. It's as far as you understand what is the meaning. So let's go through them again. Let's go through them again. So first one, number one, to let the cat out of the bag is an idiom that means to reveal a secret that you shouldn't reveal, right? Someone entrusted you with a secret and you tell it to someone else. That means you let the cat out of the bag. Number two, we said this idiom means to bite more than you can chew, which means when you take more responsibilities, more tasks, more things, more projects than you can handle, than you can deal with, than you can manage. You know, actually, this same picture of the man eating too much, as I said last time, it can also be interpreted as another idiom, which is to have a lot on your plate, to have a lot on your. All right. Okay. So, for example, as I said, this can be interpreted as. Wait, give me a second, please. Oh, all right. All right. So this expression or this picture can be interpreted as to eat or to bite more than you can chew, which means to take more responsibilities than you can manage. Or it can also be interpreted as to have a lot on your plate. So to have a lot, when you have a lot on your plate, what does that mean? It means you have a lot of things to deal with. You cannot do something else. So let me give you an example of a little dialogue. So, one of your friends comes to you and say, "Hey, can you come with us to the cinema next weekend?" You will tell them, "I'm sorry, I can't. I have too much or I have a lot on my plate, meaning I'm too busy. I have a lot of things to take care of." So again, this to bite more than you can chew or to have a lot on your plate. This one is to have a or a storm in a teacup, which means something big, which means making a huge deal of something that is very small. Like it's a storm. Well, it is a storm. It's something big, but the storm is the size of a teacup, right? It's a very small storm. So why pay attention to it? As multiple exams are nearby. Here is another example by Grace. I have a lot of my plates as exams are nearby. Yes, that's a very good use of that idiom. The last one, sorry guys, I'm very sick. Sorry. The head in the clouds. If you have your head in the clouds, that means you are daydreaming or you are not paying attention. Maybe some of you had their head in the clouds during this live stream, and we arrived to the end. So it's time to wake up. It's time to come back to reality. Take care, everybody. Have a nice rest of the week. I'm gonna go get some rest. I feel very tired. I'm quite sick. So take care, everybody, and see you